Hello, this is Zeke777, and welcome to episode 43 of Simply Magic 2. Today we've got a couple things planned. I don't actually know what they are, which is why I have a bunch of signs in my hand. This is a nice flat wall, which I think makes it perfect for an Astral Sorcery to-do list. So let's place that down, if it will... There we go. Astral Sorcery to-do. So, what do we want to do? Well, like I keep mentioning, I've got several different plans I want to put up here. One is I need an area for breeding crystals. So let's do crystal breeder, ER. So that's one thing. Next up we need a crystal grower, we need to move our cake machine. So move cakes. That's 1, 2, 3. I had another thing that I wanted to do up here. What was it? I think we're going to just get rid of the aquamarine generator there. I think it says 8 stacks of aquamarine, and I've still got that chest completely filled. So I don't really need that anymore. Breeder, grower, move cakes. There's something else I wanted to do. Alrighty, well, I can't think of anything else to add to this list at the moment, but I do know I want to do something with the rituals, which is kind of why I want the breeder and grower to be up and operational, because I need the crystals for the rituals, and so yeah, words. This is what I've got so far from my breeder, which is basically just a row of star metal ore, which is lit up by, I've got currently 2 of the, flight, thank you. I've got 2 of these crystals here. I'm not actually sure on the stats of them. In fact, I can't look at it like that. Which works and all that. It's nice. It's a very manual process. I have to manually place down the liquid. I have to manually drop in everything. I have to then manually mine it. There's a lot of manual in there. I want to fix that. So that's that. Over here then, I currently have my grower, which is I just plop down the liquid, toss in some gems, and wait a bit, which is also manual. So the question is, what can I do to automate this? One of the things that's kind of an underlying problem is this, liquid. In order to actually place liquid into the world, I have 2 options. One is take a bucket and place it into the world, or 2 is get a bucket with a dispenser, place the bucket in the dispenser rather, and then apply a signal to the bucket, or to the dispenser, and then it'll place it down to the world, which is great, but the problem is I don't know if I actually have a way of automating getting a bucket. It's kind of a chicken and egg type thing. I need to have, a dispenser can take it from the world and put it into a bucket, but I don't have a method of putting things into the world to begin with. I had a little kind of structure set up over here earlier, which was using the, what are you? You are the arcane spa from Thaumcraft, which is supposed to be able to work for that. However, if I place you in here, ta-da, you're supposed to be able to click it with the bucket, which just opens up the GUI. I think actually this might work. No? I know if I put water in there, it'll work. But it doesn't work with Starlight, so I don't know if I actually have a way of doing that. So what else can we do instead? Well, we can try to automate at least placing in the items. So that's easy enough, just a couple droppers. Probably use some hopper hawks and put that all on a timer system. Maybe do something fancy with some bud switches, but we'll see what we can do. So here's something I'm kind of curious on. It's more just a side project than anything at this point, but Blood Magic routing nodes, actually there is a filter in here. If I hit filter, there is one in here called a fluid filter. Now unfortunately there's no crafting recipe for this, but I don't really need to filter, I just want to see if it works at all. So if I use unfiltered, maybe it'll work. I don't know. Let's try it out. So output node here, and node router. Let's just bind everything together and see what happens. So you are linked, and let's see, you are also linked. Anything? Nothing? If I click you? Huh. Alright, well, it was worth a shot. Well, I thought of 2 additional things here. One is I need to actually, create Starlight. So that's a thing that I'll have to do, especially if I'm going to be creating automated growers and breeders. And the second thing I need to add is I want to make my altar switcher thingy. I want to make it that more automatic. I want to make it a smart system. So altar switcher words switcher automation. So what that's going to be is I need to basically kind of intercept my redstone signal before it swaps this, and specifically swap back to this guy here. So yeah, I'll have to figure out how to do that too. Well, since I'm still trying to figure out how to get liquids from the buckets, or not from buckets. Buckets to world is easy. That's just a dispenser. But getting liquid from a tank to a bucket, or a tank to the world, is something that I don't really have the ability to do at the moment. At least as far as I know. I'm going to keep looking through the mods that I have, but I don't know if I can actually do it this pack. But since we're not able to do that, we can work on one of the other things, which is getting this thing to be a smart system. Right now, if I want to switch from, say, Avitos to Cydia, I have to, if Avitos is out there, I have to hit Avitos first to send it back down here, and then I can hit this. What I'd like to be able to do is just say, I'm done with this one, don't care what it is, and hit the next button and it'll work. Yeah, so how am I going to do that? Well, there's a couple stages to this. First off, when I hit a button upstairs, it sends an item down to this hopper. Well, specifically to this output routing node, which goes to wherever it goes. So from there, I then need to kind of hold it for a little bit, pulse a different signal, which will then send back my blank altar. So that will then pulse that out, and then it will release my hopper. So, how can we do that? Well, let's start off with our redstone chest here. And let's just kind of figure out, we're going to need probably a dispenser, which, why do I not have a dispenser or a dropper on me? Terrible redstone chest. I'll need some hoppers, need some redstone, probably a torch or so. Repeater, probably. Comparator, yes. So here's the plan. When an item goes into this hopper here, first off, it's not going to have the corporeal spark on it. Item goes into this, we're going to look for a signal coming out. In fact, this isn't going to be a hopper. It's going to be a dispenser. Or a dropper. Doesn't really matter. Let's take our comparator and say, hey, anything in you? If there's anything in here, it will pulse this item. What that's going to do then is, so this is a good dispenser, so it's not going to be a hopper anymore. When this pulses, I'm going to use another dispenser, which I still don't have on me. We can use that to send a different item. So let me grab some stuff. So let's go ahead and send Avitos up here. Bing. Love that little thing. So Avitos, cool, you're up here, which means that in the Avitos position is going to be the blank one. So we need that down there so we can kind of figure out where everything's going to go. So let's just kind of jump off our cliff here. Try not to smash the crops. And head downstairs. Jump, missed. So the plan is, let's see if I can land. We now have our blank altar here. And what we have is the ability to add some things down here. For instance, I've got some room right here. I can use some redstone. So if I put like a redstone block here, it will be able to say whether or not I actually have the blank altar here. Alrighty, here's the plan. Dropper. Item goes in here. When there's an item in here, for instance, if I drop you in, hear that little click, means it actually made this dropper fire. So cool, he's nice. Let's take some hoppers here, and we're just gonna go like this. We're gonna cycle this around. So I want you to go back into the dropper, like so. So that should work. If I do something like a comparator out of here and a note block, then I can hear it. So let's take our note block. Note block goes there. Cool, so that's what it sounds like. So if I take an item, put it in here, let's just put some marble in that. So yeah, let's take this out. Put it back in, you'll hear it beep, or you hear it thump. Cool, that works. Now let's try it in here. Didn't thump. Actually, you know what? You can only have one item. Right. Let's try this again. No, that did not do anything. Wait, there it went. So, okay. Put item in here, should make this fire, which will loop around back in. When it goes back in, should make him thump. It did not. I'm guessing that's because it probably locked a hopper somewhere? Yes, it did. Easy enough. We'll just move everything over by one. So it locked it because if you have a comparator directly powering it, then it's going to actually power everything around it as well, which is not what we need here. But I can simply use a single redstone a little dust there. And let's try this again. So dropper goes in the front here. Dropper. And hopper, hopper, hopper. So you get a single item. Comparator comes out of you. And a note block just again so I can hear myself. Cool. Hopper. So let's try it like this. If I take you out, you are no longer lit up. You're still on. Cool. That's still locking the hopper, isn't it? It is. I could do something like a monostable circuit. Let's take a sticky piston and a block on top of that. Okay. Frick you. Actually, you know, let's take that out of there. Redstone comparator. Let's try this. Perfect. Yeah, that works. So it goes in here. It'll only pulse for 1 quick second, which will let the dropper fire, but not enough to lock up the hopper. The marble will stay up until there's no longer an item in here, which is fine. Note block sounds. Note block in this comparator are simply just for myself. So this goes in. Takes a couple seconds for it to beep. Awesome. That's what I want to see. In fact, you know what I could do? What I can do is I can actually use just this note block here, or probably just the redstone anyway. You know, we're just going to use redstone. So note block is no longer that. Note block is now a block. And block is going to go to a redstone dust, which is going to a repeater, like so. You are going to then loop around. In fact, we're going to go just underneath here. So if I go like this, if I place this back in here, let me get that block back in place. Not sure why I moved that. So, okay, what's this doing? Item goes in the dropper. Dropper sends a single pulse to the dropper here. This dropper loops around. When it comes back, it will fire this. When that fires, it will then pulse my dropper. And that will then send your item here, which this isn't actually going to go anywhere because this doesn't have anywhere to send him. So let's try that. We're all good. You are not going anywhere. Let's put a like that. Okay, what would that do? Set my marble here. Why are you still on? Oh, because there's more things here. Right. Okay. Now it should work. Single item goes in. When it comes out, yeah. So what's this doing now? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some Corporea sparks on these hoppers here. That's going to go to a Corporea crystal cube, which is going to be over here. So what I have going on this is this redstone block is going to just kind of travel around with our blank altar up above there when it is at any in particular here. Sticky piston is going to push out a block. Block is going to let this comparator read a Corporea crystal cube, which I don't have on me, which is going to send it into the repeater, and it's going to fire off everything. So basically, the Corporea spark is going to read it, and whichever one has the piston stuck out here is going to then pulse. After that, it will then let the gem that I actually originally sent in here, it'll let it go into the hopper, which will then pulse whichever one I'm actually asking for. So let's give it a try. Alrighty, we have here our Corporea sparks, so one can go here, one can go here. That's good. Yeah, that's good. So from that, if I go over here, place down our crystal cube, and we're going to take this little party hat called blank altar, and I believe that's shift right click you into it. There's currently 0. Yay. Let's throw a Corporea spark on there as well. So this is right next to that, so that's good. The way I have this set up with you being centered, Mr. Blocker Redstone, I am able to just kind of mirror it on this side. So again, we have our Corporea crystal cube and our party hat inside it with a Corporea spark on top. So that's pretty much done. That's going to work. Let's go ahead and fill in the rest of them. Alrighty, got all of those set up. So let's go up here and actually let's just test this. So if this all works right, I should be able to just place this in here, and as it's traveling through, that should all link up and immediately teleport this altar away. We should get our Avitas altar back. So let's try it. Did we get it? Nope, didn't last. Let's try that again. Blank altar. So if I put you in here, that does nothing over here. That clicks that, but that's okay. Let's grab a button. And I think I can just slap you on top here. Awesome, that worked. So that teleported Avatos away, or rather it teleported it back. And that brought our blank altar up top. So right now if I press something, the first time it'll press the blank altar, it's not going to do anything. In fact, let's just do that again just to show it. Nothing happens because while they all turned on, none of them are actually activated because the pistons are all retracted. So let's go up top and let's test this out. Let's see, moment of truth. If I hit Avatos, get Avatos back. Yes. There we go, Avatos. So now I want, let's go with Dissidia. Awesome, swapped it right out. Now that should be fine. Let's hit Fornax. So that does swap it. There is a thing I just noticed though, is that because of the way that's working, since it seems to be swapping out directly, in fact I should probably put a repeater in there or something to slow it down a little bit more, I'm not getting a nice little pulse each time as the new block of redstone comes in, because it's not actually having really enough time for the blank altar to be in here. So let me go check some stuff. So we have this repeater here. Let's add a couple ticks of delay in here. Now one thing to note is I still have a blank altar here for Avatos, which is a little troubling because that means that my Dissidia, which is the next one I hit, is probably actually an Avatos altar. I should probably have labeled these, like stuck a sign on them each, just to test some stuff. In fact, let me do that. So we know that the one up top is called Fornax. So this one here is our blank altar. So let's label him, you, blank. This one over here, I'm going to take a random guess and say is probably Avatos. Do I have my journal on me? I don't. Pretty sure that one's Avatos because it swapped over to Dissidia, which means the Fornax one's probably Dissidia. I think that should work. I think that's fine. Yeah, let's go label everything. Wait a minute. Why are you here? You should not be here. Go away. Go away. Skeleton somewhere. Let's hit F4. Ah, that's why, because I broke a light for this. That's fun. Yeah, see, this is an issue. So let's hit F4 again. If you can see here, Fornax is currently lit because Fornax actually has its little thing is still sitting up there because it wasn't able to actually trigger it because it went too fast. Now, I think that's probably not too big of an issue. I think that's fine. Actually, why? That means it's stuck here. Which I'm not sure why it would have gotten stuck. It should still be able to take it and send it right back up. Unless this thing is actually redstone sensitive, which it probably is. Yeah, so that was just it's redstone sensitive, and I moved it up top. It's no longer getting the redstone signal, so we're good. So Fornax we still know is Dissidia, so Dissidia currently here is Avatos. Let me label them. Alright, so we have labels on everything. Now we gotta fix this. So, like I said, Avatos is currently blank. The Avatos itself is right here. So this one here, you say Avatos. Yes, so then, what did I say? I think it was Fornax was the other one. Should be Dissidia. If I go down here to Fornax, which should be, where are you? Dissidia, okay. So if I pulse this one once, I should then get Fornax back. So let's take a button. Why do I never have a button? Whatever, torch. So you go there, teleports all those. You are now back to being Fornax. Right, Fornax, and you look Fornaxy, I guess. Let's see, place our sign, and call you Fornax. Okay, so that means up top we have our Dissidia. So if we pulse our Dissidia, that should then get our, I turned off that redstone, right? I think so. Yeah, so Dissidia is now back to being Dissidia. And I should only have to do this ever again once. So Dissidia here, and now you can finally be back to being Avatos. Avatos. Yes, and you can hear it for a second there because it's currently Avatos outside. It only lasts for a little bit, but it's kind of a cool little effect. Yeah, so everything's back to normal. I think that's all good. I put in a delay here. I think one delay was not enough. So let me get another. Repeater. In fact, scrolling is not working. Let's just go for broke here. We want, nope, don't want a hopper. We want you to be on max delay and you to be on max delay. So that gives us plenty of time. So it should work. I guess we just go upstairs and test it. Okay. We have a blank altar. Let's try it, I guess, maybe. See if it works. Let's do this with an empty hand. Avitas. Avitas should come up. Okay. So it does make it take a little bit longer for this to actually happen, but I think that's fine. Now let's try Dissidia, because that's the one that's next to it downstairs. So we should get our stone for a second. It is Dissidia. But let's go find out whether or not we've got a blank altar on our Dissidia platform, or if we have our blank altar still on Avitas. Let's not crush our crops. There we go. So let's head down here. Question. It's still on Avitas. What am I doing wrong with my timing here? So, okay. When this one here pulses, you are what swaps out for our blank. So why are you not? You have your blank altar in here. So if I hit this button, that should swap you back to Avitas. But it didn't, which is interesting. And it probably has to do with the fact that you don't have a corporeal spark on you. I'm guessing none of you do. Yep, that's probably it. Aha! So, I could have sworn I did this already. Most of them have it. It looks like it's just those top... Oh, no, there's a couple in there. So you have sparks. Two bottom ones have them. Let's fly, come on. You have one. You do not. Let's put a spark on here. Come on, you can walk. Shift right click. You have a spark. Awesome. Okay. Those two are good. Let's go up another level. You have a spark and you have a spark. You do and you do. You don't and you don't. So I think that should be good. Not sure why these didn't, because I could have sworn I did this in testing, but I guess not. Okay. So that's all good. Now, right now, if I hit the button, it will swap out here, which is it's going to mean that this guy here is going to now have Dissidia, which I don't want. So if I go up top and hit Dissidia, it should teleport him down. No, that's not what I want. I have to do this manually. So how do I want to do this? Yes. So if I do Dissidia first, it will then take Dissidia from upstairs, put it down here to Avitas. So that goes. Cool. And then over here, there we go. Thank you. Now you are currently blank. So it's basically as if I have Avitas up there. So let's actually test this upstairs. Once again, we are up here. We have Avitas on our altar. So let's try... Yeah, let's try Dissidia again. Sweet! It worked. Got the two different beeps, one from it going away, one from it coming back. So Dissidia, that worked. Let's try Fornax. It's a much slower system now. Now again, that didn't work. Why did you not pulse? Now I know I put a spark on you. And you. So, apparently, and I bet if I go upstairs I can pick up a handful of corporeal sparks that are no longer attached to things. So, the spark, it's visualized right here. I always thought it was actually still attached to this, but it wasn't actually here because you can place an item here. But, as it turns out, no. That is actually getting taken by my teleposers. That's interesting. What's that I see there? Why yes, it is all of my sparks that got stolen. Teleposers, why you steal my sparks? That's annoying. I'm not exactly sure how to fix that. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. Well, as it turns out, that actually wasn't anywhere near as hard as I thought it would be. I just moved all these little piston setups here from being in the middle, where the teleposers can take them, to just being off to the side. If we look over here, basically the black is the edge of where the teleposers will actually reach anyway. It's 5x5, so it goes to here. Yeah, so that's just outside of range. And yeah, that was enough to fix it. Just moved all of those to the outside there. They're actually, I think, too far to link to these guys from there, but apparently it's able to reach this one. So that makes that entire stack that's able to reach quite nicely. And then this one over here is close enough, I guess, to someone. I don't know if it's this one here or if it links to that. I don't think it actually links over here, though. If I right-click you, yeah, you're linked to this guy, I guess. But whatever, it works. Those are all linked up. Everything's all happy. Let's go upstairs and try this out, if flight will work. See all the blood down there from... I seem to have a habit of making slime spawners. If I needed slime, that'd be a great handy thing, but I don't. Anyway, let's go upstairs. So right now we have our Avatos altar set up. Let's go ahead and switch to Dissidia. Awesome, that works. And then you saw it went to the blank altar in between there. Let's try Fornax. Awesome, so that's happy. Yeah, I believe this should all be good unless I missed some wiring on any one individual one, but it seems to be working pretty much exactly as intended, which is amazing when systems finally work. I think I'm going to leave this sign here. It's kind of handy for when you come up here. It's like, okay, which one do I actually need? Is this the right one? Yeah. So I'm going to leave this here. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to test as well, if I hit Lucerna again, so it's currently Lucerna. If I hit it again, goes back to blank, and it comes right back. Which means I don't actually have a way of setting up a blank altar up here, but I think that's fine. There's no real need for it. I might get rid of that stone in the middle as well, and the sign that's over on the side. Might do something fancy with that, some random decoration. I don't know, I can't think of anything. Might just change it to not even having sooty marble, just maybe just white marble instead. Thoughts. Anyway, that project is now completely done. Oh, it will be completely done. Where is my marble? Or not marble, living rock. Do I have any in here? Yes, living rock. Let's just close that up, and then we are done. Okay, sweet, project done. Alrighty, over here our to-do list. Let's go ahead, altar switcher automation. You are now entirely done. Bye-bye, you're gone. Next thing on the list is actually not on this list. In between clips, I'm noticing, I've been kind of watching the iron levels. We're going in the negative, basically. One of the problems, and I really should have figured this out beforehand, is math. So as it turns out, you get from every single ingot of iron, which I have some in here, from one ingot I get 15 metallum, which is cool. Now in order to make a native cluster, I need 5 metallum, and I need 5 ordo. And as it turns out, when you break these down, you get, for 10 metallum, you'll get 5 terra and 5 ordo. I don't know if I have an ordo in here. That math doesn't work. We get 15 from this, which means every 1 iron ingot is required to smelt any 1 native cluster. Which is fine for the other ones. However, that means when I'm smelting iron with that, it's actually just 1-to-1. I'm coming out breaking even, and I definitely have more from the others here. So that's not a nice equation that actually works for me. So what we're gonna have to do here is, once I throw all these ingots back, or these nuggets down here, it's kind of annoying the nuggets go in there because they're Thaumcraft listed instead of being metal listed. A little annoying, but whatever. And we also get these preserved curiosities. Just read those. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to switch over the ordo from being metallum to just getting ordo. What do we need? Well, we need to start off with more smelteries. So let's go ahead and throw, let's see, for this guy here, I need 2 brass plates. And for this one, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brass plates. So let's go ahead and get 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's turn you into alchemical brass. So while that's smelting up, let's run upstairs and just throw some stuff in here. Let's see. We need our Essentia Smeltery, which needs an Ignis, and I have one, so that's good. And I need a Crucible and a Furnace. So let's put our cobblestone there. Furnace goes here, I have a cauldron on me, and I should have, there we go, Salus Mundus. Place you down, turn you into a cauldron. And let's see, I need 2 brass plates, so let's go grab some brass. Which should be done by now. There we go. Run upstairs yet again. And let's grab an extra little crafting grid here. Turn you into plates. And we should now have everything we need. 2 brass plates. Get our cauldron. Thank you. Cauldron goes in, and we have Essentia Smeltery. Step 1. Step 2, turn this into a Alchemium Essentia Smeltery, which means I need Alchemium plates, which I should have. Plate there. And what else do I need? Lots of brass plates, which I already have. And I should need one more thing, which is Alchemium Chemical Construct. Awesome. You're done. Next up, we need the next level, which is lots of Thaumium plates and 2 more Alchemium plates. So you go here. I think you get another one of these. Thaumium plates, I need to make that. Let's make that here. Okay, we get our Thaumium plates. We get our Essentia furnace thingy up there. 2 Alchemium plates, and I believe, last but not least, awesome, Alchemium, Thaumium, Smeltery. Yeah. Let's see, Arcane Alembic. Do I have enough on me for that? I need great wood and more brass plates, which I don't have on me. Darn. Be right back. And the last 2 things we need, 1 Arcane Alembic, and let's go ahead and make another set of Essentia tubes here. I shouldn't need too many, I just need 1 more Essentia filter. There we go, filter tube. And I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and head downstairs. So, like I said, the main issue is that we're taking all of our metallum, turning it into half of it going to metallum, I guess a third, and then the other 2/3 going into Terra and Ordo. So we're going to tear out this whole structure here because, quite honestly, it's not worth it. We're losing way too much iron and we're not actually getting positive iron back, which is kind of defeating the whole purpose of this. We're going to leave these here until they're all completely emptied, which shouldn't take too long. You know, actually I do want that because that is going to otherwise jam things up. So we'll keep you here. So that'll get rid of all the extra Terra that's going to come out, which shouldn't take too long. So you're now empty, so I can break you. You know, I'm just going to leave that for a little bit. I'm going to let this kind of filter itself out. Okay, so our centrifuges are all empty. We've got the last 2 buffers are going to be kind of emptying as well, but we can start some work while we're doing this. So let's break out all these. Don't need any of this anymore because, quite honestly, it's not worth it, like I said. Break you, break you. We're going to keep you here for a little bit. Actually, I don't need that anymore. Break you as well. So, that is all, that's all good. Break you, break you, break you. That's going to drain. Let's get processing. So, we need a couple things. I threw it all into a chest full. We need our smeltery, and we need our alembic, and we need 2 filtered Essentia pipes. Let's go ahead and place down our, where are we? Yeah, I only grabbed one of these output routing nodes. I should have grabbed 2. Similar to over there, we're going to place 1 underneath for filling up the, what is this? Charcoal? Yeah, words. Charcoal goes in here, and what else goes in here? We need Arcane Alembic on top. And out of the sides of this, 1 filtered Essentia tube there, and 1 here. Now over here, we need, you have Ordo. Alrighty. Ordo goes in that one. And I don't have another file, do I? I don't. But it shouldn't actually matter because this guy can only grab Terra. So let's actually break you. You don't need that to be filtered at all even. So all of our Terra is going to be voided. And all of our Ordo is going to go out. So that can go in here. Next up we need our Auto Chisel. So I had actually updated Chisel a while ago, and one of the things I got was the Auto Chisel, which means I can now turn smooth stone into chiseled stone bricks. As you can see, it has Terra and Ordo. Means, yeah, don't need to smelt down the any more metal to turn it into Ordo, because I've got it right here. This also lets me shorten all the length of this tubing and just general better. Let's see, where shall I put this? Now, this thing I can take a hopper out of. If we instead have you go on top, in fact, I could do it. I can't put it here because that's going to be conflicting with this guy's Terra, so we'll put you on top. So that should be good there. I don't need any more of you, don't need you, don't need you. But I can use a hopper here. Do I have a hopper on me? I don't, but I have a chest. That works. Actually, I have a ton of hoppers in here. So 2 hoppers. One's going to go right there. And on top of that hopper is our auto chisel. Ta-da! Cool. That works. Now there's 2 inputs into this. If I put it into the top or the side, it has different places where it'll go. So one goes on the side and one goes on the top, and I honestly can't remember which one's which. That did not go where I wanted it to. So one of these is for the stone, and the other is for a chisel. So at some point I'm going to have to craft up, I'm going to have to make a chisel crafting facility. I think this will be good for a while at least. In fact, if I place, instead of down here first, let's do it like this guy here. So this direction's north. So to the north, I need a filter. And I also need 2 more filters and another node. Let me go grab those. Alright, we're back. Let's go ahead, place our output routing node down here. You get a filter going up. Okay. And that will be set for charcoal, or coal rather. And you got one north and you got one down. So if I recall, smooth stone should go in here. We will find out shortly. Actually, I can just throw stone in here. That seems to go in the bottom part, so that is good. Okay. Now, do I have just a regular chisel on me? I might. I could also, I guess, use diamond chisels on this. It doesn't really matter. In fact, I might do that. Where is my chisel? This one works. So if I place you up here, do you go in? You do not go in. Ah, yes. So this one here needs to be stone, actually. That goes to the input. I need chisels here. So that, actually... So down is not you. Down is... Wait. Down is the chisel. And north is the stone. Okay. You know, I don't want you set for everything. You know what? Doesn't matter. It'll just fill up the entire thing. That doesn't matter because I have infinite stone anyway. If I place you here, that should work. Now I need a chiseled stone there. And it should start processing. Yeah, so that goes there, fills up this. Chiseled stone bricks is going to then start filling up this. So you are also working. Awesome. Let me go grab a charcoal or coal. In fact, I'll just grab one out of here. One. Thank you. Place you in here. You need a coal. And I'm just going to say everything on that one as well. Now, this one here, I need... North gets that. Down gets a chisel. Let me go grab... Actually, you know what? I keep saying let me go grab stuff, but I should have almost all this on me anyway. Probably don't have a stick on me. Nope, don't have a stick. I'll be right back. I decided to make my life a little bit easier and just go with diamond chisels. I've got stacks and stacks of diamond blocks at this point, so it's not a big issue. If I down goes there, north is stone. Yes, so down. If I place you in here, take you out, chisel goes in. Okay, let's fill that, and you down gets you. So that's just going to keep this full. I'm going to probably just craft up a dozen or so of these things because they should last quite a while. And I think we're in business. Let's take you, throw all that in there because it doesn't matter anyway. And let me clean up my inventory real quick. Redstone, you get that. I don't have anything else. Okay, so time to link. Easy enough. You guys here are all linked to this guy, so let's just do it again. You should get your stone. I don't know why it keeps doing this. I don't want that. Pretty sure I didn't duplicate it. Yeah, there we go. Did not duplicate, don't worry. You are now full of coal, which is smelting up that. Our Terra's going down here. Ordo will go out the top. Let me go grab a pipe. You get a tube, and just to make sure that everything goes where it should, you get Ordo. And a Senshi tube goes out the top. You guys here should be empty now. So let's just break everything. We need you. In fact, if I place now a filter tube, I want to use a filter tube because if I don't, then it will kind of, if it ever drains out entirely, then it could possibly have an issue. But let's see, there we go. Ordo. Now it should drain up top from him, and then he should start filling up from here. So I think that works. Now the question, I might actually have to split this up into having two of the of these guys, the Alembics on it, so I can make sure that I get Terra out as well, because otherwise this is going to fill with Terra. Yeah, let me go make a secondary vent thing. Alright, to make this is a couple steps. We've got the auxiliary slurry pump, which needs a regular auxiliary slurry pump, which, let's see, we need our arcane bellows. So we've got you now. Let's go back here, and we want to, do we have everything here? Awesome, regular auxiliary slurry pump, but since this does use the alchemium version, we need to actually turn that into an alchemium slurry pump. So let's make our little alchemical construct. And last but not least, we have our auxiliary slurry pump. And I just realized I need another bellows. Or not another bellows, another alembic. Do I have everything for you? I need great wood. I don't have great wood on me. I keep forgetting that. Alrighty, I really wish there was a way to automate this. I don't know that there is actually though. Do I have a bucket on me? Of course I don't. Let's grab one from our Hand of Ender. We should have a couple in here. Take you. No bucket? I thought I always carried a bucket on me. What about the tools chest? And this is not what I wanted. Okay, well, let's go ahead and start with this just to clean up my inventory a little bit. That's the opposite direction of where it goes. You go there, essentially filter. So we've got that part. We need our great wood and our brass plates. And I had meant to grab 2 gold ingots, but I apparently grabbed a nugget instead, which is less than useful. Great wood, great wood, great wood, and great wood. We get our 2 filters, and I need a bucket. Do I have any iron around here? I doubt I do. Nope. Wonder if I can catch an iron. Wonder if I can catch an iron out of my furnace. Probably not. Nope. Alrighty, let me go grab some iron. Bucket in the middle, and we get our arcane alembic. Now we have everything we need to go ahead and finish off this little automation project. And I'm actually already seeing the iron start piling up more than it had before. I had it down to, I think, 6 blocks of iron left, and I do have, I think it says 8 now, which is, you know, an improvement. There's 2 of you, you and you. Okay, just making sure they don't disappear. One thing with that is, since they are entities, it can be a little bit buggy sometimes. Let's go ahead and break out a little bit of an area back here. That's probably good. I'll clean this up a little bit off camera, but for now, let's go ahead and place our slurry pump. You can go here. In fact, you know, you are going to go here instead. Way too much stuff in my inventory. Don't need any more tubes, don't need you, don't need you. Okay, so slurry pump can go on the side here with an alembic on top. Now I did also grab a couple of these labels because I want to make sure that the right ones go where they're supposed to. So if I place brick you, alembic on top of you, and let's stick a label on that as well. So that'll make sure that this one is always Terra, and this guy here I'll do the same with my Ordo. Ordo, thank you. Label you, that way I don't have to worry about it. And we should now just be able to stick a tube on the side. Tube on the side, thank you. And our jar underneath it. Okay. So that is all working good. You are empty, of course, because I didn't link you. Let's grab our node router and link it all up again. You with you. Now that is now filling this guy up with stone, turning it into chiseled stone bricks. Chiseled stone bricks goes down here. You've got your Ordo, you've got your Terra. Terra's going here to be voided. And everything else is going out the top to Ordo. And we can break off the rest of these and clean up a little bit. Awesome, so that is working nicely. This guy's filling up about as fast as he can. It's slowly increasing this. The alembic is full now. The Terra's just going to go out the side, which means this should be pretty much pure Ordo coming out here. That is all hooked up. That's all working well. That's pretty much complete. I did want to leave this open a little bit. I tore out the back because I was going to put the slurry pump in the back here, but I realized I actually do want to keep this open so I can put a vent on here at some point. In fact, I'll probably move this section around to the front because I can feed items in the front, but I can't stick the auxiliary venting port here. I can't stick one of those on the front because I do probably want to keep this area mostly taint free. It's actually not doing too bad here. If I hit F3G to show the chunk borders. So these two sections are in different chunks, which is probably a good thing. But neither of them are actually too bad on the taint department there, which is good. What about you? Got 7, that's not too bad. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. We're not too... Oh, I can scan you, apparently. Scan all that. Did I scan you? Yeah, so that is working. Let me go check my iron reserves. Well, we're still sitting around 8 blocks of iron, but I think it's going to slowly go up. I haven't waited too long. One more thing I did want to do today was I want to make another of these wooden exalted crafters. And we're going to take you, and we are going to name you something along the lines of books. Because my hand of ender here is getting completely filled up with all the various books I've got. So, books. Take you. And let's go ahead and empty out all the various books I've got. I've got Origins of Darkness, Astral Sorcery. I made a Bibliocraft stockroom catalog, which is kind of a cool thing. I'll show that in a second here. And I got that. You're another book. You're another book. Should be good. So take our books, throw everything in here. Now I want to show this guy here. It's kind of an interesting little thing. So what this is, it's from Bibliocraft. You can bind it to various inventories. So my spruce chest, I was actually able to bind it to my drawer controller as well, and all of my mod chests up top here. And when you open it, it lists everything that you have. Currently it's sorting by count. I made this kind of just out of curiosity, just to see what it would do. It's kind of cool. You can see what all you've got. I think you can see missing inventory name. Not really sure what that actually lets you do. It's kind of an interesting little section that you can look at. It shows me what I've got. The only problem is I can't actually sort by it, and it doesn't really do much besides just let me monitor from a distance, I guess. Because as far as I know, this does update real time, and it does seem to max out on a lot of these items, having 128 and stuff, just out of however much it'll actually show. So if I look for, yeah, like all these things are listed as 64 because that's the most that the drawer controller will show it. So it says I have 64 iron ingots, 64 slime blocks, 64 slime balls, even though if I have that many slime blocks and I have a lot more slime balls, but it says that just out of, that's what the drawer controller has. It's kind of an interesting little thing I've made just to kind of see what it does. It's not really useful. It's just going to go in here. One thing I might think about doing is putting a golem in here, because with the Golemancer's Bell, which I have in here, do not. Let me grab a golem though. Blank slate. Okay. So what you can do is you can put the seal for provider on all these inventories, and then it's kind of like the inventarium from, was it Automagy, however you pronounce it. You can just request items to be sent to you. So I can just sit here, and I can pull up a GUI to actually show me where everything is, and I can sort it and all that. I might do that. It's kind of a small side project, and honestly, just speaking into this, like iron ingot, it's pretty useful anyway, and it's kind of it seems like it'd be obnoxious to have to type like that, but if you think about it, if you had, for instance, the applied energistics, you'd still be typing most of the time, so it doesn't really save any time. The only thing is I don't have a nice GUI to look at it, so that'd be kind of useful. Anyway, I think we got quite a lot done today. We've got the altar up there all sorted out, so it's now working properly, completely intelligent. I don't have to click whichever one it was to begin with. And we also sorted out our iron issue, which is, I think, a good place to call this for an episode. So thank you for watching. Bye-bye.